The Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, and welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So today, it's time for Proposition 1B, Education Funding Payment Plan. Requires supplemental payments to local school districts and community colleges to address recent budget cuts. Annual payments begin in 2011-2012. Payments are funded from the state's Budget Stabilization Fund until the total amount has been paid. Payments to local school districts will be allocated in proportion to average daily attendance that may be used for classroom instruction, textbooks, and other local educational programs. So that means they can't do like San Jose Unified and buy a pizza making machine and then only use it on Fridays. Summary of legislative analysts' estimate of net state and local government fiscal impact. Fiscal impact would depend on how current constitutional provisions would otherwise be interpreted. Potential state savings of up to several $billion in 2009-2010 and 2010-2011. Potential state costs of billions of dollars annually thereafter. And then it goes on. Has to do with Proposition 98. Blah, blah, blah. So, 1B, an argument in favor of Proposition 1B was submitted, but no rebuttal, no buts. There was no argument against Proposition 1B either that was submitted, which means there cannot be a rebuttal because there was no argument against it to begin with. So, David Sanchez, president of the California Teachers Association, you're the only one who has an opinion. What do you have to say? Education spending has been cut by over $12 billion. These cuts are horrific, and 5,000 teachers have been laid off, and 13,000 more teachers are being threatened with losing their jobs. These cuts have increased class sizes, left classrooms with out-of-date textbooks, and provided school children with too few teachers, counselors, nurses, and librarians. Important student programs like vocational education, art, and music have been eliminated in many schools. Prop 1B starts the process of paying back to the schools and community colleges some of the money lost by these devastating cuts. Instead of permanently losing these vital education funds, Prop 1B sets up a repayment plan to ensure schools and community colleges are paid back as economic conditions improve. If we don't pass 1B, California will be permanently downgrading its public school system. Da-da-da-da-da. We're 47th in the nation in per pupil spending. 1B, make sure that Prop 98 can continue to be enforced. Apparently there's a loophole in Proposition 98 that hadn't really been used until now, which is how they were able to cut funding to schools this year, and 1B basically gets rid of that loophole. This is me talking now. Anyway, back to David Sanchez and his brother Dirty. Let's see. This will let local districts rehire teachers, reduce class sizes, purchase up-to-date textbooks. We understand during a crisis everybody gets cuts, but education leads to more prosperous and healthy communities. He doesn't say where we should cut if we don't cut from the schools. It's not really for him to say. Prop 1B will help us never have to face this situation again, he says. Now the thing is, if 1A doesn't pass, then 1B doesn't do anything. Because 1A is what gives the extra money that would pay back the schools in 1B. Just to reiterate, 1A says we want to have 2 more years of a state tax increase, sales tax increase of 1 percentage point. It runs out in 2010. We want it to run out in 2012. With that money from Proposition 1A, with that money from those 2 years of state tax sales tax increases, where do you want the money to go? Well, if 1B passes, it will go to the schools. So if 1A doesn't pass, and the state sales tax runs out at the end of next year, it doesn't matter whether 1B passes. All 1B is saying if 1A passes, we want the money to go to schools, above all else. That's where the money should go. These supplemental payments would total about $9.3 billion. It would pay it off over a 5 to 6 year period from 2011 to 2012, starting then for the next 5 to 6 years. Generally, You can expect that extra billions of dollars every year will be spent on K-14 education, which is elementary, junior high, high school, community college, but not four-year schools. And remember, the community colleges are not allowed to turn people away. If you qualify and you sign up, then you're allowed to be a student there. And they're really getting killed because the four-year schools are starting to say, oh, we're full, there's no room at the pipe and twine in, so, we're going to save you down to the junior college. So, yes. I can't vote no for something where they can't even come up with an argument against it. See, these are the reasons to vote no. I like to think for myself, but sometimes, if nobody is supporting what I'm thinking, I don't even know what I'm thinking. I haven't thought about it yet. But come on, you can't vote no when the argument against says this page intentionally left blank. It actually says no argument against Proposition 1B was submitted. So this is what's going to come down to. If my cat is eating right now, I'm going to vote yes on 1B. So let's look. Are you eating, Savannah? Savannah's eating. Therefore, I'm voting yes on 1B. She makes all of my decisions so much easier. That's all the time we have for today. Visit us on joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.